All right, Ardent, Wednesday, May 6th, we are working on 2 AMRAPs today, 7 minutes on the AMRAP. So you're gonna have a 7-minute AMRAP, you're gonna rest 3 minutes, reset, switch weights, all that, and you're gonna do another 7-minute AMRAP. 7 minutes, long enough to kind of sprint through this thing. So this should be kind of quick movement work, get into failure work, rest 3 minutes, get it all down, and try to redo that again with 2 different movements here. So the first AMRAP, we're gonna start with either 10 toes to bar if you happen to have a rig. If not, you're gonna work to 10 alternating V-ups. So we won't demo toes to bar, you have those, you have those. If not, you're gonna work to alternating V-up. And alternating V-up is gonna be not just both hands, you're gonna alternate which hand you're bringing up, working to the feet as well. So you'll see she'll alternate arms, working through to the alternating V-up, right? It's 10 total, right? 5 each leg. These should be slightly slower. Similar like a toes to bar, probably shouldn't be crazy easy for you. So this is kind of a little more difficult option for a V-up, and this will get really tiring after a minute, right? So 10 alternating V-ups. If you don't have a toes to bar or a hanging knee raise or any of those things, you can do an alternating V-up position, right? You'll then immediately go to 10 deadlifts. So 225, 155 would be like your weight equivalent, right? So if you have that on a bar, you can use that. If not, you're gonna work through whatever you have to get that same kind of first few times, right? So if this was a barbell, she'll work through 10 good deadlifts. So feet narrow underneath the hip stance, right? Good flat back, and she's just squeezing and pushing through the floor and then bringing their hips forward to that bar, right? She'll work through probably a touch and go weight is what we're after here, right? So if we have a barbell, we're using a barbell. If we don't, we can still use a kettlebell or a dumbbell or any of those things as well. So again, if we're doing that kind of a heavier kettlebell action, we would do that exact same position, right? You can see the exact same movement that she's got, really squeezing, pushing through the floor, driving the hips up and through, right? Meeting the dumbbell or the kettlebell, all the same stuff here, right? So 10 and 10, AMRAP of 7, working through as many rounds and reps. We'll rest 3 minutes. We'll then go to 10 handstand push-ups and 10 front squats. Handstand push-up, if you have the wall to be able to do this or finding some space, you'll work through that. These can be strict or kipping or any sort of such that you want to do that. And that would be your handstand push-up. If you want to scale and maybe you're not okay pushing out of that, but you're still pretty good on a wall, you can do shoulder taps upside down, right? These are not as easy, right? But if you can't really push out of it, fine. If not, we're going to do shoulder taps on the ground, right? So she'll go, and what we're going to do here is really strict movement. So trying to keep everything still, and she's going to tap shoulders here, working to her same, but you can see not so kind of difficult as we go, really keeping tension in the body, 10 shoulder taps, right? She can still go to the same shoulder or alternate shoulder, it doesn't really matter, but working through keeping good stability there. So 10 handstands, 10 front, and then working through 10 front squats. So that barbell would be like a 135-95 barbell. She'll get that into the front rack position and work through 10 front squats here. So your alternating movements, 7 minutes on the AMRAP, 10 of the handstand push-up or shoulder taps, 10 front squats. You can goblet squat this or whatever you want to do. And then you'll work as many rounds and reps from there. All right, guys, that is Wednesday. Enjoy.